Okay, here we are again for part two of the hobbywing justock cheater, whatever. You know, it's hard for the track to take these unless they actually pull the motor off, unsolder it, and put it on some kind of motorizer, or somebody tear it apart and look for the. You gotta look for the timing tabs screwed off and crooked. Yeah, that was gone. All right, now I'm gonna show you about the rotors. All right, make sure you can see this. Alright, the rotor on the left is the V10 rotor. I think they're $23. And you can see on the end, it fits right in. You will need a shim for the rear. I use the Trinity shim kit. It's $1.99. And if you notice at the top bore, this is the justock here. See how it's lower? What you will have to do is cut this down to here, the same diameter as your 3mm shaft. Which, I mean, I've seen people do it with put a drill on here and have a good file. It don't have to be perfect because you can always put a shim on it. You actually want to cut it a little bit lower so you can have that slack so you can put the right shim in. But when you put it in, these are two bad rotors, so I ain't worried about slamming them together. Okay, if I can get everything together here. Alright, I showed you the can. I'm going to show you something else about the can. See this socket? It's a 7/8 socket, snap-on preferably, because I'm a tool snob. But you take it, and this is another thing they're doing. They're taking some foam, cutting out, putting in here, and laying a solder gun beside it, and it'll heat this aluminum housing up, and then you can push it. You can just push it right down. I don't have a justock, but I've got an old Punisher that the bearing went out on, so I'll show you on this. And actually, I've already done some work to this. Alright, and I'm not going to worry about this because this one here is wore out. But you'll take foam, put it in here, take your 7/8 socket, put it in there. When you put some heat on it, it'll slide right out. And look, when it slides out, oh, what's hiding in there? That's a V10 7.5 in a 13.5 can. They do the same thing with the justocks, and then they cry, saying, I'm telling you how to cheat. I'm telling you how to make it even or make the track check it. But one way you can check, justock, they're all stamped in here. It'll say 17.5, 21.5, 13.5, 10.5. But for the 17.5, guys are taking 10.5s and 13.5s, pressing them out and pushing them in, and then they got the can that says 17.5. I know 3 of them that's doing it. And the only way you can tell is by this number. You can check that, or you'll have to put it on motorizer. But the rotors is, I mean, that's going to be $23, and you can twist your timing, and once you set it in, I mean, that's just stop. See the huge gap that I hadn't cut down because this motor's just using for display because it's junk. And this is out of the V10. It don't matter which one you get. This is a 12.3 high RPM. See, I actually need to shim it up about maybe 250 thousandths. And then you cut the front down. I mean, I can do it on a drill with a decent file in like 5 minutes because nothing matters. As long as it slides in the bearing, it's going to be good. But that there is going to go from 24,000 putting this in. That's going to knock it up to about 2,800 kV, depending on where you set the timing. They come from the factory at 40 degrees set timing. I don't know why they call them zero, but they're all at 40. They pull 2.3 to 2.5 amps, and that little bit of twist is about 48 degrees, and I think it pulled 4.8 amps, and it went up to 2850 on the KV and like 29,000 RPM, which is a huge advantage over 24,000 RPM. But more and more tracks keep going to this justock thing, and it would be good if it was a sealed motor, or if the track had handout motors, or if a track had the ability to actually tech each one and then put some kind of wax seal or something over the solder. That way you couldn't mess with it, couldn't tamper with it. That's the only way this class is ever going to be level, because you got people with rotor run, you got other motor manufacturers taking them apart doing this, you got individuals like me that they're not supposed to know anything about this, and I can figure it out. So the justock class is never going to work if you don't have a tech guy that's going to take each one off and tech them. So the best thing to do, if you have a track like that, is just go to a 13.5 blinky, 17.5 blinky, whatever. That way the people can adjust the timing, and the lap times are actually way closer than this justock. But spec racing was a good idea, but there's too many people with their hands in it changing stuff. So I'm not bashing any track. I'm happy to have tracks. I'm happy I got a choice not to go these tracks, but as long as this is going on, we're open racing. Thank you. Hope this helped y'all, and have fun at your tracks.